There's an interesting story behind the scariest ever attraction across all Disney parks, and it was so scary it is now gone because of how terrible it was. Terrorizing-able. The ExtraTERRORestrial, I do not like that word, Alien Encounter was part of the Magic Kingdom in Florida. And there's this crazy story behind it, and we're going to go right through it. They needed to fix the parks. They were considered lame, quote from Michael Eisner's son.
That's what hurt you the most.
Yeah.
It's your kid.
That's lame, Dad. And so are you. So they made it more teen-oriented. What is now the Fantasyland Theater was called Videopolis, which was just had big screens with music going on to attract the teens. They added Captain EO.
Captain EO. Have you been to see Captain EO recently?
I did not see it as a child. I watched it as an adult, and I thought, this is nice. This is really weird.
See, as a kid, I saw it, and it was awesome to me. I watched it, I was like, this is the best thing. There's like this weird floating...
You think me beautiful?
I was like, I loved it. I was maybe 7.
But without a key to unlock it. And that is my gift to you.
So, let me see this gift.
Not only see, Your Highness, but hear.
So they were working with George Lucas, an exclusive agreement together, which had never happened before. They're going to start Star Tours, but Star Tours was going to take a few years. So Captain EO, they revitalized the parks. Teens thought it was cool again, and they were no longer calling it lame, Dad. And so they were like, well, Eisner has an experience with studios, movie studios. So he said, we got to incorporate these licenses people love. People who love these movies are going to want to experience it. I know what we should do with this Tomorrowland problem, and that problem is that it was built in the 60s, and it looked like it was built in the 60s. That's the problem with building something that's supposed to be the future, because when you reach that year, it's gonna look stupid.
You have to adapt, and then so there was a silver Tomorrowland, which is now a different color. It's bronze for some reason, and that's the real future.
Okay, so they were like, come up with some ideas, Imagineers, and they said, okay, let's do something with another 20th Century Fox major title, and that is Alien. Alien's so good to this day.
Yeah.
So some Imagineers had the idea to make something based on the Nostromo. That was the name it was going to be. So we're going to do this Alien ride, but then some other people on the staff thought, I don't think this was in Walt's vision. And they're like, okay, don't do it. It's too crazy. This is a family park. We don't like it. And they're like, all right, we'll shelve it for a while. But then these new upstart Imagineers eventually were like, hey, let's make an attraction based on xenomorphs. It's going to be awesome. But then the older Imagineers went behind their back again. Yeah. Contacting George Lucas to help them convince Eisner not to do it. Right. He said, okay, we won't, but we're still going to do something aliens.
Yes. And
but not Aliens, the sequel, just with aliens. Extraterrestrials, but not E.T., the extraterrestrial.
And extraterrestrial.
Yeah. So they made their own invention.
Yeah.
Their own story. When the new Tomorrowland opened. Well, it wasn't open with the new Tomorrowland, but eventually they opened it. People ignored the signs that said this is very scary, and they ignored terror in all caps that was in the title. And it was too scary. It was too damn scary. People were legitimately terrified.
Yeah, Alien, it's terrifying. But people went away.
Couldn't handle it. It was too scary. So it went away. Disney can't just throw it all away. So it was retrofitted with Stitch from Lilo and Stitch to be his own adventure because he's an alien. He's Experiment 626. And then Brett has experienced this. I have not because I've never been to Walt Disney World.
So that's a sad thing. It's terrifying. The Stitch ride at Walt Disney World is the most terrifying ride because
I thought it would be cute.
Stitch is like this 7-foot animatronic, like, hey kids, you're gonna sit in, that rat. And they shoot out from behind you. They shoot like goo and cold water, and then Stitch disappears and reappears in the corner. It's a really terrifying
Oh God,
ride.
he's in the corner!
Stitch nobody put Stitch in the corner, because if he's there, a cornered Stitch is gonna kill you. It's a really terrifying ride. And so what I think is great about this story is like, this is so Disneyland, because if you go into Disneyland, yeah, you're right, they never get rid of anything. They just kind of repurpose and retrofit, and you can just tell like all the trappings of their attempt to kind of save the day and save the money that they put into it has yielded like the most genre-bending, terrifying Stitchzilla.
I did not think you were going to tell me that it was terrifying.
It is so scary.
I thought you were going to say it was like the Winnie the Pooh ride. Like, I am surprised.
First of all, that shit's scary.
It doesn't make sense.
The Hufflepuff.
But it's not scary.
Heffalumps.
Heffalumps and woozles.
Yeah.
Ugh.
It's bad. But the Stitch ride is bad, and there's like goo that they shoot on you.
So let us know what you think about the extraterrestrial, the alien thing in Florida. And what did you think of the Stitch adventure? Were you scared like Brett? I've never been on it. I'm very curious. Let us know below in the comments, and please be sure to subscribe.